Welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about, I'm going to show you how to configure hotspot on our Mikrotik router. Today's session has to go with a series of basic Mikrotik configuration. So we're going to learn how to configure hotspot on our Mikrotik router. So let's get started. So I've opened my Winbox where I can configure the hotspot. So we'll go to IP, hotspot, then hotspot setup. We have to select the interface where we want to configure our hotspot. On our initial tutorial, we talked about how we can set up our LAN where we can use to distribute the internet service. So on configuring the hotspot, we are going to use our LAN interface. So local address of network should be the IP address of our LAN. Then it's going to pick the masquerade firewall settings that we did the last time from our last session on the NAT configuration. Then we're going to click on next. Address pool. Well, you might want to start your address from, if you can notice, it starts from 172.16.16.2 to 172.16.16.254. So on personal preferences, I like to give a kind of space. So in case I want to use a static IP for some of my servers and some other services. So having done that, we'll click on next. Select certificate. If you have any SSL certificates, you can select, but in my own case I'll just say no. IP address of SMTP. If you're in an SMTP server, you can put in the IP address of where the server is lying. In my own case, we'll just leave it at default. I don't have any, so we'll just click on next. So by default, it's going to pick our DNS server, which we configured on our previous video. Click on next. DNS name, if you have a DNS name, you can use whichever you want to use. So let's just next. It's going to ask you to set up a user account. So we'll set a default user, that's the first user. So the username will leave it at admin, then the password will just specify a password for that user. Let's just say admin. So I'll say next, and voila, setup has completed successfully. Now we have to configure the server further. There are some settings we just need to do. Though personally, I love doing it. So address per MAC. We'll just have to change that to 1. Then idle timeout, I just leave it at the default. Might say none, but just leave it at default. The default one created. Our hotspot setup profile. We can just remove this cookie if you want to. If you don't want to keep alive from login session for your guest, that's fine. So let's just leave it. So every other setting is okay. We just say okay. On the user tab is where we have the first user we created. As the first user we created, and the profile is using the default profile. Probably we've not created any user profile yet. So let's just go ahead and see if we can create a user profile that we can assign to our user. So the way to create it, we'll come to the plus sign there, which is the add. We'll click on it. Then we can name it. And name it test. Then address pool, we can select, or we can just say none. But let's just say DSCP pool. Let's just say none. It's okay, whichever one. So shared user depends on the number of users you want to assign to this user profile. So if you have users that you want to assign to devices to a user account, then you can just increase this to 2. So let's just give it. Basically just how you your Hotspot from Mikrotik. Yes, that would be for this lecture. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye.